Hi, I'm Jeff Liddy, the window expert. Thank you so much for watching this video. Today I'm going to talk to you about the top 5 signs that you got yourself a pushy salesperson. But first I want to talk to you about how to avoid a pushy salesperson altogether. Well, it starts when you make that phone call, right? When you call the window company and you say, hey, I'd like to have someone come out to my house and give me an estimate for new windows for my house. And they say, oh, we would love to do that. Can you tell me, please, will all the decision makers be present? Or will your spouse be there? Or who else makes the decisions in your home besides you? I mean, those are all clues to kind of let you know that they're going to set you up for a pushy sales experience and a hard close. So you want to avoid that completely. But let's suppose you set that appointment and lo and behold, you now find that you've got a pushy salesperson in your house. You're like, Jeff, what does that look like? I want to have these clues. I want to look for that. Well, the first one is that they probably only sell one product. They're not going to have choices. It's easy for you to say, look, I don't get this. Like, do you have any other products? If they say no, because who would want another product? This is the best product in the world. To me, the question to that is like, really, is that the case? Because if that's the case, why do we have more than one brand of car in the world? Why do we have more than one brand of dish soap? Why? Because there are different needs for different people. So if you find that they only have one product and they're pushing that product on you, that's a sign that you've got a pushy salesperson. I'd ask them to leave. Another one too, this is number 2, is that you're going to find that they're very negative on the competition. The whole time they're in your house, while they present something about their window or their door or whatever they're selling, they're going to talk about why you don't want to buy from the competitor. They're going to talk about how the competitor's product is inferior and how these people who bought that product, they had to yank it out and buy my product because I have the best product in the world. So avoid that. I would confront them when they're negative and say, hey, are you telling me there's no good window out there except for your window? Seriously? The third thing is that you're going to find out that the pricing is going to be very time sensitive and it's going to be like too good to be true. So yes, do people offer promotions? Are there sales on windows? Of course. Now, if you have a sale that expires at the end of the month or expires in 30 days, that's not being pushy. That's a promotion. But if they're offering you something that's like, hey, this window job was $80,000, but now it's on sale for $50,000, and if you buy it tonight, you can get it for $40,000. Really? It went from $80,000 to $40,000? That sounds to me like they're playing some kind of mind game and number game with you. And if they say to you that this price walks, if I walk, then let them walk. The fourth one is unclear pricing or unclear documentation. A lot of times they'll just show you the price on an iPad. Oh, you've got this many windows or doors. It equals this much money. You sign on the iPad. Everything's done on the iPad. It's not until you've purchased that they end up sending you the documentation in an email. I would ask for the documentation. Could I please have that now? I'd like a PDF of that. I'd like to have that in my inbox so I can review this and talk with my spouse, who's not present, and get back to you later. You'll find that they're not going to give it to you. I've even heard of one company that says, now I'm going to show you this pricing, but before I do, you've got to promise me you're not going to tell your neighbors because I'm giving you a deal that no one else in this neighborhood's getting. Come on, are you serious? That is a manipulative joker. And I would kick them out of the house right away. And then here's the fifth one. If you say no to them, you're going to find one of two things will happen. They will become overly charming, like, oh, come on, they're your best friend and all that. And then after that doesn't work, guess what? They start to become intimidating, even aggressive. Like I heard one salesperson was telling me that a company he worked for, they taught him that if you've done this and you spent all this time with someone, right, and they say no, you say, really? You're saying no to this? Why? Why are you saying no to this? Why would you say that? Like, why did you waste my time? I came all the way out here. You know, I've got a wife. I've got kids. I left them at home to come out here and show you these windows. And you're telling me no? Why would you tell me no? Really, golly, I can't believe this, right? And you would think, okay, why would they act that way? That's actually a closing tactic. Especially in our culture here as Americans, right? We're polite, we're kind. We don't just walk away. We know to be polite and friendly to someone. And when someone gave you their time and they spent time in your home and they did leave perhaps their wife and kids to do this, you kind of feel obligated. Sometimes you're like, oh, well, let's just do that. People don't like confrontation. They would rather avoid confrontation and just sign it and get it over with and just move on. But I'm telling you, you're not going to be happy with that. So you say, well, Jeff, well, then what should I do? How do I find a great window company? Well, obviously, I think we're a great window company. I'd love to talk to you and earn your business. Number one, we treat you the way we'd want to be treated if we were buying windows for our home, with honesty, with dignity, with respect. We never put pressure on you. And yes, we have sales from time to time, but our sales don't expire when we leave. You have till the end of the month typically, because we want you to take your time to make a smart decision. And we give you documentation, detailed documentation. We print it out and hand it to you. We carry full-size real samples so you can see it. And we carry over a dozen brands of windows and doors. If you live in Houston, I'd love to meet you. If you live in DFW, Dallas market, we have a branch up there as well. We'd love to get to know you. If we can't help you, we'll point you in the right direction. Now, if you live somewhere else in the country, you should check out my website, thewindowexperts.com. I have a great list there of great window companies all over the country. I probably know somebody near you. Hey, if this has been helpful, would you hit the like button? Would you subscribe? I'd love to help you on your journey.